I am in the studio today with Toronto artist Sue Molyneaux. Sue's work has been seen around Toronto in galleries such as the Beverly Owens Project. The Beverly Owens Project has a long-running series called The 7 Deadly Sins, which you have been participating in. I understand your work on the sins has inspired the Musing of Skulls.
The Beverly Owens Project has a series of restrictions and challenges that make it fun as an artist, but don't necessarily allow me to fulfill my artistic vision for the sins. They will restrict size or color, for example. So they have a cohesive show with multiple artists, but working on this project got me interested in the sins and the way we interpret them today. Not many people can name all 7, for example. And in some cases, like pride, we have a very different interpretation, one that doesn't invoke sin.
What are the 7 deadly sins?
Gluttony, pride, wrath, greed, sloth, lust, and envy. They were created as a guide for humans in their spiritual quest for heaven and eternal life. Being a spiritual person, I was interested in the list not for its explanations of our fallen status, but rather how the vices do speak to spiritual truths. I think that unique among humans is the ability to see beauty in devastation, waste, and ruin. Whether we call it the beauty of ruin or the comfort of something rustic, we all do it. The question is it an emotional response or a psychological detachment? Is that detachment a requirement for human survival? Or does our detachment come from our lizard brains, and it's the higher brain, the human brain, that is capable of seeing beauty despite the detachment? Or perhaps it's because of it. In seeing the beauty of destruction we participate in, can we relate to it, to our actions and to ourselves? The Musing of Skulls started from these kinds of thoughts, these musings.
How does Georgia O'Keeffe fit into this? I know her work was influential.
In my opinion, the woman who found the beauty of this destruction, these deadly sins, is American artist Georgia O'Keeffe. She was part of the Memento Mori movement, looking at death and transformation without overwrought moralization and hand-wringing. She set skulls against the landscape of her home, giving us insight into how closely she embraced the beauty of loss and death. There is nothing gruesome, nothing sensational about her Skulls and Bones. Her paintings portray a comfort, an embracing without tragedy. I wanted to pay a visual homage to Georgia when I began painting the Musing of Skulls, by representing the 7 deadly sins with animal skulls in the desert. These paintings each represent their own story of the danger, the beauty, and the effect of vices. Exploring these old-fashioned vices let me understand their place within contemporary North American life. Each of them has their different story to tell.